Hello, I'm Jenna. Today I'm going to be doing an unboxing for a game I'm really excited for and I've been waiting for a long time and I just got it yesterday. So excited. And I also have a few additions that I ordered and I didn't have those before. So we'll get started with those, just the smaller items, and then we'll leave the best part for last. So, Dice Throne is one of my favorite board games. I'd say at least in the top three. I have all of the characters that you can pick for the game. So you can pick a fighting character if you want to fight with other players, be in a battle, or multiple different players. And they had all of them except this. This is a special edition. This is Treant and Ninja. So this looks a little bit different because it's from season 1 and it was a promo edition, which I missed back then. So it's one of the originals and I just hadn't had the opportunity until now to get this. I love the artwork inside. A fight scene. Ready for face-off. Cool. So this is Treant. So this is the back of the trifold and the front where you actually put your items. Really cool setup. Treant makes me think of the Ant Lord in Lord of the Rings. I love them. Kind of looks like Groot. Probably could be. Awesome. So of course we have the different status effects here listed out for the players, the FAQ related to that as well. So this kind of talks about your complicated strategies, all of the FAQs, whatnot, really nice. And then here you have all of the status effects or perks that you can get. Cute. It shows the different stages of growth. It's cool. Here are your CP points, health points, and I think there's another piece in there, but here are some dice. Brown, of course, to match the Treant. And here are your cards. This has the turn order, what you can do for each turn. So it's a player's aid. Really nice that they have that front and back. So you have time-related cards when you can actually play the cards on the back here. And here are the different abilities that you can use, you can buy with your CPs, your CP points. Cool. So that's all for this. I know that there are some punch boards in there somewhere. So that's Treant. And this is just for promo, for a mini, to see the different parts to it and everything that's available. Very nice. So this is the punch board that I was talking about. So it has a mix of both players. So as you can see the different sides here. Assuming that's for the ninja side. Each box has a rule book. It's a little bit repetitive just because there's a lot of rule books and it's all pretty much the same, but I understand you're selling these individual, so you need a rule book for each one. So I don't know, I get it, but still. So this is the rule book. Pretty much explains how you do the setup, the different variations, how many players you can have involved in the game, your reference sheet here on the back. Pretty much just like a glossary of the different words, what do they mean, how does it apply to the game, things like that. So again, really straightforward. Cool. Ninja. Very nice. A lot of green, which happens to be my favorite color, so that's great. Very cool. Again, this is the character sheet, kind of explaining FAQs, status effects, exact same thing, exact same format. It's pretty standard. Again, here are the complicated, different strategies, FAQs. There's just 3 on here. This is a little bit less complicated. Some of these have, like Trian has quite a few different things, which is a little bit more complicated of a character. Here are your dice. Of course, they're dark because they're ninja. Ninjas usually have a black color effect. CP points. Health points. Cards. Of course, it has the player's aid card, as usual. And the different cards and the abilities. Very nice. Awesome. Okay, so I have a promo card here, but I think I'm actually going to do this after because this is related to the main part of the game. So I want to look in the box first, see everything, and then see where this fits in. So I'm going to hold that until later. Okay, so now the big box. Looks like a huge book. Really thick book. This is big. I mean, I knew it was going to be big, but this is huge. That means there's a lot of stuff inside. I can't wait. Okay, so first things first, of course, we see the rulebook. It's actually thinner than I expected for such a big game. I mean, you would think a lot of books are usually much thicker than this, but this is pretty thin. Like I said, the team that designed this are usually pretty straightforward, so you don't really need a lot of complicated rules, which is probably why it's considered more a medium to lightweight game. I think it's really easy to pick up as you go along, which is great. So let's see what's inside. So of course it has all the different parts to the game. A lot of things. A lot of tokens for sure. This is what the setup looks like. Cool. I like the trays, which means the storage is going to be a lot easier, so I'm excited about that part. All the different setups that you can do. Boss battles. The conclusions. How to wrap up each of the scenarios. Cool. It's very visual, which is really nice. And explains how you can pack the cards in the box. Like so. And again, it talks about all the different tokens and what they mean. Cool. I have a campaign sheet, which is the player's story. Kind of follow along, as you can see here. Very nice. Since you can print more, there's a link if you want to once you've used this up. Or maybe if you want to save this and you'd rather just do it on regular paper, you can print. So that's good to know. I mean, there's only one sheet, so that's really nice. Very nice. Again, some more ads. Don't need that. Okay. So we have the token tray. So here's where you're going to put all of your tokens. I love that. That's so nice. You know, it's one of the biggest hassles of games is if you have a lot of tokens, a lot of cards, and you don't have anything to organize them. You just have to figure it out yourself, whether that's with the bags or other things. I'm really not crazy to put everything in bags. I mean, I can if I have to, but I'd rather have something like this. This just has everything ready and set to go. Worth it. As you can see, here are all of your punch boards. So you can see all of these. So these are the people or the figures. You can buy minis to replace the standees. Same thing here. Okay, there's a lot down in this box, as you can see. Wow. So this is a second one. So what's included? You have dice. Really nice, a d20. You know, RPG feeling. So there's 4 d20s in here, a lot of d6s. I'm assuming that's for monsters or bosses. And there are some more CP points, I think health point. Yeah. So there's combat points. Oh, I see. Health and combat points. Interesting. You can use one for combat points, one for health, I guess. So there's 4 of those. And then there's a gold one that keeps track of how much money you've earned. And these are for the standees. Cool. Next. Wow, this is heavy. This is very heavy. There's a lot of cards. Okay, so we have dividers, I think. Yeah. So those are the dividers. We have player aids, just again to explain what to do. Boss versus boss. I guess as you want to play as one of the bosses and you have to challenge another boss. I'm not really sure. And then here you have difficulty levels. And turn order for specific scenes. Here we have, it looks like, location cards. So you can see just how many there are. There's a lot. So this is a boss. So you have to go in and you challenge the boss. That's where you start. And again, there's all different levels, I'm assuming. Yeah. And as you can see here, that means this one of the starting one, and then you have two here. And then we go up to 3. And there is a 4, 2. So obviously you start easy, level 1, work your way up, 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 until you hit the boss. So, makes sense. As you can see, there's a few different things it has on here. Level 2. Not a lot for 4, but I can show you one. And then they have Legacy Pack, which you don't open until the instructions say so, because it'd be a spoiler, so I'm not going to look, and you don't look either. Okay, so each of these packs represents, remember I showed you there was the bosses and the different fallen dividers, so that's what these are. So these are their cards. So those are theirs. I'm assuming these are just general cards for us to use. So yeah, these are just different abilities that you can buy with your combat points. Again, another legacy pack. These are A, B, C, D. This is D, that was B. So don't open. Pack A, don't open. And pack C, I think they're all A, B, C, D. So those are all ones you don't open until you actually start playing, and then you see what happens. So these are the big cards, and they have dividers too. So these are scenarios. And then level difficulties. 1, 2, 3, 4. So they go parallel with your locations. Then here, I think these are the different scenarios again. I have to open those up. So what's really nice about these are they pick the scenarios. Let me show you. So there's a map of what you should put as a layout. So that should show exactly what it should look like, how you should set that up with your different tokens. And then you can see this is exactly how you're going to play, the different consequences, whether you win or lose, what things happen. So very straightforward, easy to understand. Nice. So you have 1, easy, you have up to the boss. This is what one bosses look like. The person who is versus the fallen barbarian. And then your setup, what exactly that's going to look like, what the boss is going to look like, what the hero is going to look like, what happens if you win or you lose, what's going to happen there. So again, very straightforward, easy to understand. And there's a lot of them. So there's plenty to do. The next pack looks like different monsters or different people you have to face or fight against. This is just an example. So this is who you're verse, and it has rewards. So, they could hit you first instead of you hitting them first. So they may take the first move. And then you have to roll. This is exactly what it's going to look like. Different abilities you have, your defense, your health level, and how many combat points you have. So, easy. Cool. And there's many, many of them. I'm assuming the bosses are on the back. Not bosses. But these are pretty high level. And again, there's a lot of them. Awesome. So I just saw the box. It has different labels. So let me show you. So it's nice you know what goes where. So the minis I showed you, the boss cards, the location cards, your environment cards. Awesome. So a lot of things, and we still have one more box. Last box. These look like loot cards, like maybe places like where you can buy things. It seems like things you can get. There's different prices for each level of the loot. Has a little bit of a background, description, who these people are. Cool. A little bit of a, touch to the story, add a little bit more background. And here's some more pieces of loot. And then bosses. So it looks like it's related to the D20 roll. I guess whatever you get, you mark there. Cool. Okay, so these are the bosses and their cards, similar to the heroes that have their own little cards and explanations and whatnot. So I can show you, this is the Fallen Barbarian. Very cool. I don't remember what it's supposed to look like now, but awesome. So there, for that, we have, again, status effects, FAQs, rules, all of those sorts of things. I have the gunslinger, fallen gunslinger. Same concept. Monk. I find it, I was gonna say most of these, let me see. Seems like the face is a little bit weird, like the way it's cut out, but that's not a big deal. And the Mad King. He's the most powerful one. Minimum damage, I think, is 7, which is a lot. He is really strong. You need to make sure you build a really strong character before you face him. And again, same concept. There's quite a lot going on here. So cool. Okay, so just finished that big box. Wow, there was a lot of stuff in there. But it's so well organized. I just, inside of, yes. I think just one of the things is everything has its right place. Everything is labeled, so there's going to be no difficulty whatsoever. It's going to be a breeze to put everything together and get it all set up and ready to play. That is amazing. That's awesome. So now we're going to do a little promo setup here that I got. Just something to add to that. Ooh, foil. Shiny. Nice. Ooh, just add something, you know? These are different pieces of equipment. And it's clearly labeled that these are promo cards, so they're special, so you'll know what ones are in there. Then they have the minion monsters that you can face. Again, foil, very nice. Very nice. Cool. So, final thoughts are, wow. I really cannot wait to start playing this. There's just so many cool things that I'm so excited. It's just packed with cool things, and there's room for more. Which, you know, there's going to be expansion packs on this, of course, which I'm thrilled. But I can't wait to start and see what happens. One thing I think I want to emphasize the most, and I think I've mentioned this before, you know, with organization, having all the boxes, having everything easy to set up and have its place, and everything makes sense. It all works out. So there's no confusion as to like, where does one thing go? Where do I set this up? How does this layout look? Everything is labeled super clearly, and it's a huge advantage that really helps when you're packing things and setting it up, putting away, everything like that. So I think this is awesome. The artwork is amazing, as always. So I am so excited to get playing. So, what do you think? The visuals are amazing. Everything looked really nice. The only thing I didn't include are the minis. I just didn't feel like that's something I wanted right now. Maybe at a later time I will, but right now I'm perfectly fine with everything. I think the standees are fine. I don't think that the minis are necessary, at least for this game. So again, it's just the artwork I think trumps it every time. So I can't wait to play. Let me know what you think. And if you want to see some gameplay, maybe a review, whatever, let me know. Thanks so much for watching. And if you like this video, click like, share, and follow me. Subscribe on YouTube. You can follow me on Facebook. You can follow me on pretty much any social media. Just look in the description down below. If you want to provide support in another way, just check out my Patreon. I have different levels starting with just $1 a month. Not bad, you know, get a little perk there and it levels up from there. And the higher the level, the better the perks. If you want to just do a one-time thing, a little tip, you can use the buymeacoffee.com. I have, again, that down in the description below. Both are there. Whatever you prefer to provide support, I would love it. Thanks so much.